Because I'm hung up. Oh, I am filming in 4K. Yeah, let's do that. This is going to be, you guys, this is so random. And it's dangerous. We're behind this really slow truck in construction. I just want to be, I've always wanted to be able to sit there a little bit. Should I pull over? Let's do that. Hold on a second, guys. Just that 1 second. I'll put this up so you can see why I'm doing this. But just that one little, like half a second there as I glanced over. Because, you know, I'm always looking here. This is a main part of, this is public domain. It's right on the highways right there. And I know this is special. I've done investigations in and around, you know, places I could access near here, and it's just simply unbelievable. Drawings on rocks and fresh Bigfoot faces on rocks, things like that. It says I'm filming in 4K. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, 4K. So this is, you guys, just so you know, this is current. It's not unused. This is today, which is the 4th, I think, or 3rd of October. I'd love to be able to do that at nighttime for you. Let's see if I can. This is really interesting to me right there. It's none of this can be accessed. That's not private property, but all the property in the front is. And I've been dying to go in there. It's just, I gotta go in there. It's, these untouched rocks are where you find all these incredible unfound petroglyphs and Bigfoot faces and footprints that are drawn on the rocks. And, let's see if I can find the picture for this video from inside that valley this summer. I was way in there. It was illegal a little bit to get in there, but I realized that was private property that I was on. I didn't think it at the time. I really didn't. So I found out that is all private property. So now I'm kind of glad, and it's actually it's the least attractive visually of everything I just filmed. And I went in there, and it's outstanding. So can you imagine what it's like way in these hard to get places up there? Let's do this. Sometimes when I wing a video like this, I'm actually trying to go to the woods, but I'll fit this video in somewhere. Look, I remember looking over here, I was getting timestamps right here. I think they're always right here at the beginning of this property. That's what made me walk in there, and I found like the Bigfoot head. We got so many timestamps up there. We got the black figure coming out. I'll try to find some of those and throw them in here. You can see the structures. Right there. I've never seen that one before. I think it's not. turned sideways right there. There's an incredible X in there. You gotta be in there to see it. I filmed it. Brandon, good job on that spot the other day. I don't know if it's up, but the stuff that you sent me is outstanding. It's outstanding. It really is. Not to mention I'm seeing still, like, amazing stills in his pictures right away. I need the key cell. And he's like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, right there. I usually don't do it, but for Brandon, I can't help to look because he's right on the right track. So it's the more on the right track you are, the more they appear right next to you, but yet always on structures. These guys, it's a little different. They seem to want to be touching the boulders. My best pictures have always had like his back touching against a boulder, which I think at this point in my this stage in research or whatever you want to call it is the same thing as being. That's why you see the lack of structures in areas like this, because the rocks conduct the energy they need. Of course, right? Zoom, so it's not too audible. That's interesting right there. I love that because it's got the face. Up there, what's down here? Another entrance. They can just come right out of there, you know, all day long, and no one will ever see them. It's crazy. Like I said, I think it's more, they do that more freely at night. They're always watching in the day, but where they walk around blatant, it's at night. It was planned that way, guys. That's why you're scared of the dark. Do you ever think about that? Why are you scared of the dark? What would make you scared of the dark? Think about it. Think about it. Why are you scared? Has anything ever killed you or attacked you in the dark? No, ever. Nothing's ever happened to you in the dark. So why are you scared of the dark? It's embedded in your DNA. So you don't see these guys. So you stay home and you sleep, okay? Or you're working at 7-Eleven night shift, okay? You're not out here at nighttime, okay? It's been the way since the beginning, okay? People have always been afraid of the dark. Ask yourself, why? Over now. So I'm looking. I'm still up here stuck. I see this from a distance, actually. Blatant. And there's all kinds of game coming in and out of here. Or something. Footstep, footstep. Footstep with a big toe. This way. This way. Wow, he went right over that. Stepped in there. Isn't that crazy? I always find a set of footprints up here. I'm not seeing toes or anything. He comes right through here. This is such a place for a person would have went like through there, not through the bushes. What's going on? One thing I noticed about them, they typically always walk where you won't. How do they end? There. Here's another one. What's going on here? So weird looking. Goes right through here. This is amazing up in here. This snow is really wet. This snow that's been driven on and packed down is literally, it's slippier than ice, actually. The guy behind me couldn't even make it up as far as me. He's got a brand new Denali with a chain on it. So that's interesting. I don't know. You couldn't tell what that was. I don't. There's no way these hunters aren't walking into these places. They're just, what they're doing is they're all poachers. Every single one of these guys is a poacher. They pretend like they're legit, and then they're all sissies, and then they just drive around. They all drive and poach from their ATVs and the trucks. And, if I ever see one doing it, I'll probably just shoot one of them. Be like, what are you doing? Be like, I don't know, you're shooting things from the road, let me shoot a couple things. So, I mean, who's to say, I'm not saying this, but who is to say that your life is more important than anything else on this earth? I think the Bible even says it a little bit, like the animals were given to us or whatever, but I don't know, I'm not sure. I don't know about that. I'm not quite sure. Look, everything's marked here. Double, it's all hard to see. Double right there. You got birds over there, believe it or not. I'm kind of bummed. So I'm thinking now, because I'm way up here. Quite a day altering thing, because I filmed a couple clips coming up, which you may have seen by now. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but parallel straight down there, as always. But I really wanted to get to one of my places I'm not even close. I have spots in here, but not, where I really feel confident checking in the snow. I have a few places I could probably even walk to if I really wanted to from here in this wet snow. But something else going in here too. Right in there. Could have been a hunter. It's the only people up here, so it's either one of the unseen world or it's the hunter. I've had a bet. I guess I would say a hunter, even though I can't tell. And around these, there's a lot of little, like game and little rodent like activity, all in here crossing for some reason. I look at my truck, the gauge is like, the overheating gauge is beyond overheating. And I checked the motor, it seemed okay. I think the gauge is just stuck, I hope. Am I ever worried about like a hunter getting, no, but they can handle hunters, no problem. Hunters are, don't know anything. They're harmless to these guys. Right, Slayer? But it does restrict, stuff like when it's snowing just like this a little bit, where they definitely do less activity in the snow in public areas. It's still there. You can find it. It's much harder because they know there's a bunch of people literally staring at the snow for tracks to find deer. So of course they're going to do less. But when you finally get to a place like that where there isn't anybody hunting, it's a great place to go look around, but it's extremely difficult in that wet snow. Totally doable, but just difficult. Your feet end up wet. It doesn't matter if you have waterproof boots. There's no such thing. In wet, cold snow, eventually you get wet. Typically. I find, I know I'm going to get argued on this one. Mark, my boots are blah, blah, blah. I know your boots are good, I know, okay? Calm down. But it's really the boots that you need, are military grade. You gotta have, if you want to be out, all day out there, you gotta have, those $300, Navy SEAL boots and stuff to really, because what you don't want is wet feet when it's cold. Today's gorgeous. A little trident action going right there. All right, over now. It's a view I don't get to see very often. I've never zoomed on it from this angle. I'm far. This is just checking stuff out. Why is there stuff mulched out front? Once in a while you'll see me do this. It's not so because I think you might see something, but it's more me checking it out, and it's just kind of pretty for some people. Everyone has their own little reasons for these kind of zooms. Some people just like the beauty. They don't care if there's a Bigfoot there. They don't need to see it every single time. That's part of my gig is I gotta know. Every single time it teaches me something. When you put the other 10,000 pictures of them together, you start to learn. You start to understand. That's wild. I just want to see this real quick. That's far. What is that rainbow? Trees. Oh, look at that. See, that's wilderness. That I don't care what it looks like. I got to get back to. It's unobtainable. Those are the kind of places you want to find. Out in the middle of nowhere. There's no way to get there. Even this way, even if you could just walk in, how do you climb these mountains? And it's way more difficult than you think by looking at the camera. See the first walls, it's those are places that you just gotta go. Things happen back there. Go hang out back there at nighttime. Yeah, it's far from here. It's beautiful in there. Who would live right there? If you want milk, you got to get in your helicopter. Pull it out. Just really quick, I'm actually passing the spot when I was talking about it because I wasn't able to get up there. I just wanted to add something real quick. So basically, I think the moral of this video for me was, and even though I only talked about it for like 10 seconds, was why are you scared of the dark? Why? I think it's people don't want to humor that, but if you want to be involved with these kind of things, these are the kind of things you have to think through. Okay, you don't realize that you're brainwashed. Okay, there's a reason everyone's scared of the dark. Once in a while, you hear growing up someone else boldly say, "Oh, I'm not scared of the dark." Liar. Okay, they're all liars. Anyone that says they're not scared of the dark is a liar. Everyone has been scared in the dark time. It's just part of the deal. Those times when you feel like something's just going to grab you, it probably was. He probably wasn't going to grab you, but he was probably right there. There's reasons why you're naturally born scared of the dark. Quick look across the street. I know the tree heats up, but it's amazing. The only place without snow around here is where the structures are. There's new piles of dirt that were there. This is just where the leaves fell. This spot's in there. It's so hard to see it. It's a little person or something. I don't know what goes on here. People are like, go across the street. I'm like, you guys, you don't understand. I have no... They've already let me know here, I think. I don't know, but that's the way I feel. That they just will not give me, and are not going to give me any solid, even for myself, I'm in private. I get nothing here. I tell you guys, well, off camera, here off camera, maybe you'll believe me now in the other places, because here off camera, nothing happens. Over there, it's a little bit better, across the river by the caves, but still very little there off the camera. They don't have that. That's why I wonder how many actual Sasquatch are here. I think it's one. The guy that looks at me, that's it. Because the other ones don't care. It's I get the sense it's almost like an animal, you see a deer over there, how interested is he in you? He's not. He just wants to make sure you're not hurting him. That's kind of like these guys. They check you out, what is he doing? But it's not oh, it's a person. Let me go talk to them. It's the opposite with these guys. There's a secret place in there. I want to find it. I doubt I'm going to go over that today, but you got to see this place that's in there. It's so made and you can't get in there. Like, that's how blatant this is. So obvious that they're here. I don't know how or where they come from, or how they do that part of it, and it's starting to get to me a little bit. That part of it's getting to me, like, not getting to me where it matters, but just getting to me, like, driving me crazy, basically. Like, what part of that's the trick, you know? Like, no one's rushing to tell me about how they do that. I got nothing walking in this snow. No deer. No anything walking back here. Oh, I got birdies. Chickadees. I love chickadees. I love chickadee. They seem so happy. It's weird seeing birds in the snow, isn't it? What are you guys doing? Why are you so not worried about me? They're like playing and jumping and making little whistles. And what are you guys doing? Come over here. Just playing, having a good time in the snow. Very happy, whistling. Look at that. Another one right here. What's up, buddy? Wish I brought like seeds. Why are you guys so happy? I wish I was in a good enough mood like that, where I was jumping around and all happy. This guy's probably like, thank God I'm not human, you know? Remember, being human is, you know, there's a privilege to that. I think we were all blessed to become a human, but it's not just a gift. It's something you earn in a sense. Like, you have to be human, you know, like act like a human being, a good person, and well, and sorry about that. And you know, act like, you know, to be a good person, but you also have to. Maintain being a person, which is not easy. So, yes, it's a gift. It's a privilege to be a person. I think, right? To be alive, not to be a deady, but it's not easy. Right? It's not like, okay, you're a human, have fun. I mean, maybe some people's mindsets and their bank accounts can allow that, but I think most of us, you know, it's a daily struggle. Whether maybe your bank account's fine, but you know, your legs don't work right, or you know, something else is a problem, or you just got divorced, and you know, our lives are filled with these trials and problems, and you know, you could just go hide out like me out here, and they just come at you no matter what. You can't escape. You know, I truly believe that no man, and I mean that as including women, just like as like, you know, maybe like human instead of saying man, like, is ever free. No one's ever truly free. And you know, that's part of this gig. Is I don't know what I'm saying, but it all started with those birds. Like, I think I got jealous for a minute of the birds, or envious. You know, like, look at these birds. They're so happy. You know, like, well, I can tell you now, there is no physical anything walking around back here at all. I don't see that much back here away from my one spot, which is starting here, and then the main spot's over there. And every single thing around here, not just the pushed over trees, but every single thing is a trident, or it's upside down, or it's sideways, or it's parallel. And then you got this side coming like this, and this side's coming like this, you see? But they seem to come up in like once in a while, or come here, you know, like, in my opinion, there's the X with a double. See the X and has a double right there? It's what it seems like. Like they won't let me catch on even a little, because I go to places like this, but they will give you little things that kind of leave you a mystery, but you're like, you know, it was them. That doesn't happen here. So I'm doing a video basically to tell you how bad this is over here in a sense, except for that. Basically what I'm doing is just trying to get to where I could do this. Think about going up there. See, it's so hard to get, believe it or not, right there. I have yet to catch them, except on the video. I've yet to see them on this side with my eyes. Even though the timestamps are pretty darn good. I don't know how often they're up there. They certainly were up there when I walked up there. These guys live in that cave. I told you they live in there. Where I was in the caves, that's not even a usable cave. It's like a breather cave. You know, it lets like oxygen, or it's venting from their main areas. That's all. Me and Callie both knew that for sure. He's like, this is a venting cave. I'm telling him, like, I agree. You do not have to. We were laying on our stomachs. I'm like, you do not have to convince me. If we kept crawling, we would have got to the real place eventually. There's no doubt about it in my mind that we were in some kind of a. You could smell things coming in the, in the air. We were definitely in some kind of a ventilation shaft like cave, and you go in there deep in that mountain. They're in there. What are you doing? Huh? How you doing, huh? Who's my boy? Hmm? Who's my boy? Who's my boy? Little boy. Yeti, do me a favor. Yeti. Hey. Move. Don't bully my cow, okay? The horse loves people, but it comes over and it thinks it's more important than cows. That's my Yeti. Yeti, do me a favor. Hey. Don't do it. Don't do it. Good boy. I know, yes, you're my boy. You're my boy. Yeti, do me a favor. Say over and out. Give me an over and out. Roar. Give me an over and out. Give me over and out. Roar.